we'll see where we're at. It looks like we are indeed live. That light is shining right in our face. It's kind of annoying. Okay, let's make sure we are live before we start really talking and doing anything. Gotta see. The member streams are interesting because there's not a notification that goes out to the members. She's a vapor. Look at that. So I don't.
Not me.
So far, we don't have anybody in here, and I don't know if it's my fault or anybody else's fault.
Well,
but
it doesn't say. Oh, okay.
According to my thing here, we're live. Skip the ad. There you go.
I know
Yep,
how
we're
to do
live.
Facebook.
Okay.
Or YouTube. This is not Facebook.
So we are live. Very cool. This is exciting for round 2 of our members fish room tours. I'm excited about this because I'm gonna hand it off to you. You're gonna be responsible for the whole stream. I'm just gonna sit back.
Are you serious?
Why not? Of course I will.
I thought we just had this conversation literally 3 minutes ago.
Now that we're live, you can't argue with me about it. You just have to go with the flow, right?
Oh, okay, whatever.
No, I'm not gonna turn it all completely over to you. But
I didn't think you would, because that would be really unusual if you did. Because, yeah, people know you well enough.
Well, I was about to say, our special guest just disappeared from Skype. I don't know what.
Sorry, got a notification and I touched it. So don't touch your notifications.
Gotcha. I hear you. So let me bring you in here. I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. Lisa and I are going to be in a little teeny box in the corner, and it's going to be all about you on the main screen. This is Carling, and introduce yourself. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carling. Somebody's going to ask how you spell your name. It's like darling, but with a C. So that's how when I get coffee, I spell it that way, too, because nobody knows my name. But I am a novice fish keeper. So I have MTS, definitely, and I live in an apartment in Colorado.
Oh, cool.
So I keep mostly nano fish, but I have cichlids and betas and plecos, so, and some other stuff, guppies, live bears in general.
Cool.
So,
very cool.
Easy breeders.
You know what? The reason why I thought we were off center is because we're actually on the other webcam now. Sorry to interrupt you. A little technical malfunction on my part, but
that one?
Yeah. So I have 2 webcams hooked up, and I didn't realize that we're actually transmitting through the other one right now. But it doesn't matter. So let's just stop messing around. Let's get into this, and let's take a look at what you've got.
Wait, let's ask her a couple questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
So what, these are pretty generic questions. What was your first tank?
My first tank was the Breakthrough Beta. And I had betas as a kid growing up, and in the little jar. My mom had them change the water every day. I had no idea that's not how you were supposed to keep betas.
Okay.
And then I was lonely on my birthday in PetSmart and found Sir Jasmine is his name. He's a half moon. And he was doing his dance. And I'm like, well, that'll make me feel like I'm not alone on my 33rd birthday.
Aww.
So I went and got a fish and then realized, like, this is wrong. What I'm doing is wrong. And just started YouTubing and made the mistake of getting on Facebook groups and things like that. So I am now fully in it, but I still have Jasmine. Obviously, he's actually a breeder now. He's daddy. He's one of my first splendid daddies. So
that's awesome. That's so cool. So how many tanks do you currently have?
While you're talking, I'm going to fix that camera.
1, 2, 3. I'm not counting holdings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13,
Awesome.
14.
In an apartment. That's impressive.
Yeah, so they're all in my room, except I have a couple in my bathroom, just as I had a sorority member who decided she didn't want to behave.
Right.
So she's got her own condo in
Awesome.
my bathroom. So
that's so cool. What is the biggest tank you have?
it's a 29-gallon, and it's kind of a hodgepodge. I've got some angels in there and other things, a random female beta that I just got recently from a breeder here in the States. And yeah.
Awesome. I was just curious because being in an apartment, I didn't know if you would have a bigger tank or not, but a 29, that's pretty good. And with 13 tanks in an apartment, that's impressive.
Yeah, I'd like a 55 or more. I just third floor, and things like that. I'm just holding until that's more viable, I guess.
That makes perfect sense.
Does your apartment complex have like restrictions on how many tanks you can have, or what they won't know won't kill them?
Well, my landlord knows because he came over and was just like, "Wow, this is amazing." So he doesn't seem to mind. So if he doesn't mind, they're all service animals, right? They're emotional support fish. Just like my dog is an emotional support dog, according to this HOA.
Nice.
Okay, that's awesome. I'll have to remember that.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. I like that. Okay, so let's see your first tank.
All right, let's turn around and back up. So I guess we'll go to
pretty
Jasmine. All my tanks are planted-ish in a horrible way. Jasmine's hiding, of course.
Of course.
He's like, "Oh no, you're filming." He's usually up, but I fed him earlier, so he doesn't care. So yeah, I get the pothos and some swords. Things that I don't kill, I kill a lot of plants. So
I understand.
That's kind of a jam. See if he's hiding back here.
I love the pothos because of the roots. Betas seem to really like the root system of the pothos.
Oh, he loves it. It's like a hammock.
Yeah.
He goes and lays in there because it's a really tall tank, so it's not necessarily conducive to betas, but he loves it. It's, that marine land tank that everybody and their mother has.
Yeah,
so,
I like that. That's nice.
Is that a 5-gallon?
It is a 5-gallon.
Okay.
It looks really good. I tend to have problems with 5 gallons or smaller because they don't stay clean.
Yes.
It's like they're so hard to maintain.
Oh, look at him. He looks like our plushie.
Adorable.
He does. That's on my wish list. Don't mind his tail. When he was being bred, his wife really got after him. She came out unscathed. He, on the other hand, lost a good chunk there. So, So that was my first tank outside of a vase. And, it's gone through a lot of, where it's like plastic plants and then silk plants and then plants that I killed and then more plants, and when finding out, what plants I can personally keep alive, which I think is kind of the ticker. People are, just keep what you can alive.
Yeah, I agree.
This is just a holding, but this is one of my newest females.
Oh, look at her.
She's beautiful.
She came from a breeder here in the United States, so she's not imported. And I have her sister and 2 brothers from that same spawn. It was like a 400 beta spawn.
Whoa.
So
wow, so
she's
beautiful.
just holding until I don't. My sorority has had some issues, not the fish, but the tank itself.
Gotcha.
So I didn't want to put her in there, and I just want to make sure she's okay because she's absolutely gorgeous.
Does she
This
have
is
purple?
one of those like USPS drop kicked. Getting 3 days late, they drop kicked the package, and still the fish were great. So
Wow.
She's gorgeous though.
She
I
is.
mean, does she have purple in her? Is that purple?
So it's like red. The male has some purple. She's got the dragon scale, which I didn't know when I got her. But they're just gorgeous. I call them, they're like the Captain America type colors, all the.
Yeah, gosh, I love her.
Good pearlescence. This one, we're not going to be able to see anything, but this is my holding tank for babies. See if I can get any of them.
Uh-oh.
It's hard to see it in my camera. One right here in the middle. But this actually has about 100 baby betas in it.
Oh,
What?
If you can find any.
Wait, are they up top?
These were, there's some, let's see if I can, actually there's some down here at the very bottom. They're cruising. I just moved them yesterday and they were bred in a bucket. So
Wow.
I did
okay,
that,
I see some.
the bucket method that,
They're so
creative
cute.
Oh, can you see them?
Yeah.
Like,
They look like brine shrimp.
They do, they do, and they're eating baby brine shrimp, and actually a lot of what they eat is like infusoria and things that are on the plants that I keep in here. So yeah, there's a grip of them in there.
Did I just see an aquarium co-op sponge filter?
All of my tanks have. Most of my tanks have aquarium co-op sponge filters.
Nice.
So do mine. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. Yes, I am. You'll see from my sticker collection, I am a bit of an aquarium co-op regular. So I think maybe they know me at this point, but I don't know.
You never know.
Right. Like, oh, here comes this girl again. So this is the 29-gallon.
Oh, cool.
The angels.
Oh, pretty. I love your scape.
These angels I won on Dan's Fish Stream.
Oh, cool.
So they're from a breeder called Tiffany White, and
Yeah,
she has
we
a
know
Get
Tiffany.
Gills store. Yeah.
From Tennessee.
So these are hers, and they're the most interactive little buggers. They know who feeds, that's for sure.
Awesome.
And there are some. I was trying to draw them out with some Repashy foods, but they decided they don't want to. We have some plecos, and that's why the water is like perma murky, because I have these plecos that were supposed to be small, and they are growing rapidly. There's he's down here. He's
I think I see one.
down at the. He's down. He
Yeah.
looks like a leopard spots.
Yeah.
So he's in there somewhere. Maybe. Oh, here's one. We got one who's out and about. See if I can.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. So they were supposed to be small. They're supposed to be mini rangers, which is an undescribed species. They're not.
Aw.
So I had 2 sets of them, some in my sorority, and the ones in my sorority I got first, and are about half the size. So here comes the big boy. He's in his coconut cave. He's not gonna let me see him down there.
I have that coconut cave.
Yeah, your co-op coconut cave.
Yes.
You've got a few of those. So he's down, hiding in there. He's taking that. We also have a young ram in here, young Bolivian ram.
Oh, check him out.
Cute.
That's my ram. And then there's the sister of
She's a looker
earlier
too.
fish.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think she'll be a good breeder.
She's
Yeah, so
so
that's,
pretty.
I love this tank. With the plecos, they are, and then the false Julies are down here.
Oh, yay.
Cute.
They're little, I swear those plecos are not usually shy. That's what I love about them until now.
Of course.
Yeah. So I love this tank. I just wish I could get it not cloudy. It's got a sponge filter or micro hang on back of this, and they just kick it up. So.
Well, it's scaped beautifully. I really like that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's
These
beautiful.
plants are actually staying alive. I keep killing crips unbelievably. So.
Oh, those look
There's
good.
that pleco right there.
They spread too. They'll spread throughout the substrate and
Yeah,
come up.
they'll creep.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then I have I'll back up. I have a rack.
That's a
One
nice
of those
rack.
husky racks. Or Edsel. They're made in the same factory if anybody splits hairs over it.
I like them.
So
Harlequins.
this is some Rasboras, and then this is Tyrone.
Cute.
Tyrone Bigums. Most of my betas, they're named after Chappelle Show characters. So,
Nice.
That's funny.
so we got that. Just a 10-gallon. The Rasboras gives them something to chase. But yeah, that's.
That looks really good. Your plants look good too. They look healthy.
Oh, well, thanks.
I think you're better at this than you think, you know.
I think that's the case with most people.
Oh, look at that guy.
We are our own
This-
worst critics.
Yes.
Wow.
So
he's
this is
pretty.
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton.
I don't name all of my fish. I had named the betas and then I just stopped. I have one pleco I named, but most of them don't get names. My niece gets to name them now, so they're starting to have 4-year-old names.
That's funny. Wow,
So he is most of my PetSmart or Petco fish I don't buy. I go in there and they know that I save betas and I make them diff them out. So I refuse to pay for them and I refuse to have them at a discount. I don't want them to go back into the point of sale system. So they have to destroy them out. Everybody has a fund built into their sales for that. So there's no reason. I work in consumer goods, so I have a background in that kind of stuff, and I just refuse to have that be the case.
Well, I know, like with Bubbles, I was so disgusted at the fact that he was in a cup at Petco sitting on the shelf that I couldn't even really say anything at the time. I was just like, here. And I bought him, I walked out with him. But there's been several that I've taken out of Petco without paying for them. But him in particular, I was just pretty upset that they had a blind beta in a cup.
Like he was, it's frustrating, and I try not to buy my betas there
I know.
in general, but it's a good way for somebody to get a fish that they want when they don't know where to get them otherwise. I've gotten them on eBay from Simply Betta, from a random breeder, so it's got them all over the place.
Wow.
This is the sorority.
Wow, that's nicely planted.
And here's of course.
Pretty.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah, he runs away and hides, of course.
Yeah. They're hard to see.
Pretty.
Those are my.
Oh yeah, so
pretty. They're really cool. Except these guys I got first, and they're like a third of the size of the ones in the 29 gallon.
Pretty.
So,
and you're trying to breed those?
That was the original goal, but I wanted to grow them out first to make sure I didn't have an actual Ranger Pleco. Which, Rangers get to be about a foot, and they're not really in the hobby that much anymore. They're mostly wild caught. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of, so that's how you end up with, I have 2 sets, one that probably is a mini set and one that definitely is not, because that you can't tell the difference when they're babies. But they're beautiful.
They're going to town on that Rapashi too.
Yeah. They love that. I have some copper cories or green cories in here, and 2 stir-by somewhere. They'll never come out because they're a pair, and
so
they should have more. So.
Well, those girls look really good.
They are fat and happy, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I love how you have the tank heavily planted from top to bottom. I love that.
And it's a holding cell for plants. I think I got.
Oh, that's great.
Just throw it in here. I got a Ponganican. I don't know how to say it. A bulb plant, and so that's what this guy is.
Oh, that's
all
beautiful.
Here. So it makes me look like I can grow plants.
Wait, that's a really cool plant. I like that. What is it?
Yeah, it's a bulb. It's a Olbuses. I got it at Modern Aquarium, which is where I get a lot of my plants besides the co-op.
Okay.
And I just threw it back there. It's like a aquarium lily. You throw it back there, and then all of a sudden you have this massive plant taking over.
That's cool. I have to look into that because that looks like my kind of plant.
Yes. When you're having a hard time with plants, I'm not good with stem plants, having something that grows just kind of gets it going again for you.
Yeah, I really like that. That's nice and full, and that's what I like to see for a beta sorority for sure.
Yeah, it's also gone through some renditions, but it's always been really heavily planted. It's had some more females. There's only 4 right now. I just lost one because I think one of the plecos has parasites.
Oh.
So
I've
that
been
I
there.
didn't catch. Yeah. So they've been going through some treatment. But this lady right here, Ginger. They're all named after
So cute.
exotic dancers.
Exotic
Oh.
dancers.
Yeah. So it's a brothel. Sorry if that's inappropriate, but
No, not at all.
You might as well throw a guy in there too, one of those male betas.
you get. Well, I've got Sir Jasmine. He kind of fits the mold.
That's funny.
But yeah, we got Dallas and Ginger, Trixie. I have a Bubbles. This is my Bubbles right here.
Bubbles.
She's the siphon rider.
That's funny.
Nice.
So, and then these are all came to me sick from PetSmart.
Oh.
So
We have
This
our
is,
share of those.
yeah, Ashley Larry. He's a cool copper little guy. He's not real large.
He's
I'm
beautiful.
battling some algae, but that's part of the game.
Yeah, get used to that.
He's
Right?
gorgeous.
And I have pea poppers, and I am building some snail reserves. And I went to clean the glass and realized there were snails all over the glass, like little tiny ones.
Uh-huh.
So I just decided to do the water change without like annihilating the glass. This is Popeye.
Popeye. Aww.
They thought he had Popeye when I got him from PetSmart, and he actually just had like a massive cyst on his face.
Oh.
So like almost like a water blister. So I popped it. He had surgery,
Wow.
and so
He looks
now
good.
he's just he's Popeye. He's massive. He's a big boy.
He's beautiful.
That's what happens every time we show Bubbles on our channel. People are like, I think your beta has a double dose of Popeye. It's like, no, come on. For people who don't know that.
Have you not seen the video, please?
You're like that would be way beyond Popeye if that was the case.
Right. Great examples of how the aquarium co-op sponge filters blend right into the background
into the plants,
because of the green.
Yep. Yeah, we got, and this one's a really big one back here, but it was what I had at the time. So it was already seeded, and I just threw it in there. He doesn't seem to mind. Got this one is Teal, and he had swim bladder. I'm trying to see issues. Are you shy? I'm not shy.
Oh, he's so pretty.
So he was on his side, and they just gave him to me as well. Covering up my hand. And this one is
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Pacino. He's a fin nipper. He just grew back his fins, and then something's stressing him because he bit off that back end. But
Aw.
they thought he also had Popeye. Apparently every fish that's sick at PetSmart has Popeye.
Right.
And I think he had a damaged eye, so he has a milky eye on the other side. So he's named after Scarface. And
Oh, cool.
he can see out of that eye when food comes. And let's see if I can.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but he can see. Food goes down that way. He'll track it.
How long have
So
you had him?
I've had him probably 6 months.
Oh, okay. So it's probably more of a permanent thing?
Yeah. And he was quarantined for a while. Again, he's got some fun algae going on. I almost didn't want to show him because I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
Aw.
Algae is part of the deal. We've all got it.
Yeah, it's in every aquarium
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's one of those I'm learning to love. I'm like, look, it's creating oxygen. It's beneficial. So then this is
Oh, wow.
my
You got more.
Wow, we're just getting started here.
newer rack, less community deals, but this is where some of the babies are. So this is my, oh, nope, they don't want to say hi. These are the shell dwellers.
Oh, cool.
They're new
I see
to me.
Aw.
Aren't they freaking adorable?
Yes, they are.
So there's 6 of them here. I got them on Aquabid. I've had them for about a month. So, and I just messed with their shells today, so they're kind of pissed.
Aww.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get the big male. He's there in the back.
I like
and
them. They're cute.
They all, they dug out the filter. They didn't like where it was, so it got dug out. But
that's funny.
They're really fun to watch. Different than like a beta. These are, I'm trying to not get myself in there. The glare. I don't know how people film their tanks because mine are constant glare.
It's one of the biggest challenges in the whole craft is the glare.
So these are wild betas.
Ooh,
babies.
Cute.
They're wild beta splendens, super reds.
Oh, cute.
And there's about 14 of them in here and about 1 million snails, which I just discovered. So these were the pair came from Simply Beta.
Aww.
So they came from Taylor. All of my wilds have come from Taylor. So they're actually little fish now, which is kind of cool.
Well, they're so cute. I'm gonna have to tell her I saw some of her babies.
I just ordered another pair from her today, some Mahachai, before she stopped shipping for the season.
Right.
So, and this one's their daddy, and he's just being held. Their mom jumped.
Oh.
I put her in a tank. I don't know where she found a hole out of the back of the 29.
Oh.
But she's no longer with us, unfortunately.
Aww,
so
that's so sad.
Yeah, it's sad, and thankfully I have some babies to carry on the line. But he's a gorgeous little.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
He's a looker.
And he knows it. Most betas do. So this is my mistake tank. I'm gonna feel real stupid, but so I made a divided tank because I have some new betas. He's gonna turn for me. He's a brother of the other 2 females.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's so pretty. Wait, is that
so that's, and let's see if I can get, there we go.
Unless it's,
wow.
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous.
So these are both the males.
Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought it was a female. Okay, I see.
And he's close because his fins are pretty short. And then I actually got this guy from Taylor too. This is Patty Winkle. Thanks to my niece.
I got one like that this weekend, actually. He looks very.
And is that a bunch of babies in there with him?
Those are guppies.
Oh, nice.
Because
cool.
I made the mistake of not even thinking that all of my dividers, they're from Life with Pets, and they have holes in them. And then I came in one morning, and all of they're just everywhere, and they're moving over a little bit. So every day there's like some in each tank, and then the guppies are.
They're like, "Where's my babies?"
Guppy land.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
And there's still babies over there, and they're still dropping. I only have 1 male.
Wow.
And then a lot of gravid females.
That's so cool. I love it.
Yeah. So I mean, they're really irritating, Patty Winkle, but they seem to not be like eating them, which I don't think I'd mind there. But I feel just silly. I need to switch them up at some point.
It's funny because it seems like all of the babies are with the betas, and the guppy adults are all alone.
I know.
Yeah, they figured out the rub, but there are some of varying different sizes, babies.
Oh, there's one.
That was they came pregnant, so I'm not even going to take any credit for most of these. But it's kind of fun. It's fun to see babies.
Oh yeah,
and
that's so cool.
And this is a wild beta. He's a Smargina guitar. So he's in here with his babies. His wife is a baby eater.
Oh, shame.
So she's been removed, and then I started finding babies. So I thought there was none in here, and there are some, and there's some of varying sizes. So they've had 4 spawns that have been eaten.
Wow.
And there's probably 30 or 40 babies in here, and
There he is.
He's skittish.
Cool.
He's really not a fan of me. So in general, especially when it comes to his babies, he's a real good daddy.
Well, he's probably not a fan of females in general because they eat his kids.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know what was going on. You'd get to like wigglers and then to nothing. So there's some over against the glass. You can see them darting around.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Yeah. So there's some that are bigger. I think that's it. I do have a wild embellis, but he is in holding. He came from Simply Betta, but his wife did not make the trip. So Dan's fish, I'm buying one from him. And then I have some endlers, which I forgot to show.
Gotta love endlers.
But, yeah, they're fun, right? But yeah.
Your tanks look really good.
Oh, thank you.
I really like them. I'm very impressed that you keep your smaller tanks so well maintained, because that's something I've had a problem with. But yours look great, and your plants look good, so it looks like you're doing a good job.
Thanks. I just accept the mess, I think, is with plants. Just kind of let them go and see what happens.
Well, and you know what? In nature, there's nobody in there trimming the plants and making sure that all the algae is gone. So it doesn't look bad at all. It looks very natural. And I personally, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of it looking natural instead of artificial.
You mean like King Scott's tank?
Yeah, like my tank over there. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. These are pea puffers. If they ever come out. They just learned how to eat. So, and I have some crip melt. So there's.
There he goes.
Oh, he's so tiny.
Yeah.
Cute.
So there's 4 of them in there. But I have to pretend like I have live food in my hand and shake it around for them, and they'll eat clutches of ram's horn snails off the glass.
Nice.
So
awesome.
Oh, buddy.
They're so fun. Everybody keeps asking us when we're going to do puffers. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have any free tanks.
No.
Yeah.
I always saw a beta in one. There's always something.
If we have a free tank, it's not free for more than 20 minutes before this one figures out what to do with it. So what are the plans for the future? Like, do you have any grand plans?
Well, I'd like to get some mouth brooding bettas and kind of upgrade some tanks to larger as time goes. I have a lot more room on that rack. I just have stuff spread out and kind of just see. I like breeding the wild betas. They're fun. They're easy, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm going to build a grow out rack in my closet, which that's where that's gonna happen. So
that's when you know MTS is truly set in, when you start repurposing closets.
Closets and bathrooms.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look through here to see if there's any questions that pop out at me. We've only got 10 people in here, which is nice. It's a little intimate little conversation here. It's nice.
Monday is like stream central. There's a lot besides Corey. There's a couple other that well done tanks and some others that I try to follow that stream too.
So last week's guest, Eric Furlow, asked you, if you got a bigger tank, what would you put in it?
Probably the cichlids of some kind. I'm not exactly sure. I love those plecos, and I'd love to have a bigger tank to see how they grow out. I'm not sure. Oh, put me on the spot.
Yeah, it is a tough question. I get asked that one all the time. It's hard to come up with an answer.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Bolivian ram. They're just really personable.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of personality. I love these angels, but I would not have gone out and purchased angels. had I not won them from Dance Fish. And they're beautiful and they're fun, but I probably wouldn't do an angel tank. I'm not a monster fish person though. I'm not sure I'd go big cichlid.
Yeah, I get that. I'm kind of the same way. I let John do his thing, and then I have my thing. You know, I like the betas. I like the smaller fish. You know, like the ember tetras, the badasses, or how I would say badasses. You know, I like the smaller fish, the harlequins, the rummy nose, and then I have my discus. Those are probably the largest fish I have, are my discus. But yeah, John's.
I would maybe do that discus. My mom really likes discus.
Yeah.
So
I love them.
She saw them and was like, "You need to do that." And I'm like, "I bet I do."
Yeah.
I like cories too. Honestly, I'd love to have a herd of cories, just to see, you know, how they move as a larger group as opposed to in sticks or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cories are adorable.
Yeah.
What other questions do you have for her? We don't want to keep her all night.
I mean, I'm not sure. She's really gone over everything.
Yeah, these are like unscripted, unplanned little tours are always kind of awkward. It's like, okay, what do we do next?
What's the next question?
I say that we've done 2 of them. Oh, look at the plecos. Look at them go. Is that a third one in there too?
Oh, they're so adorable.
Yeah, so there's some cories, and yeah, there's 4 of them in here.
I thought I saw the tail of one sticking out of one of the rocks there. Yeah, there you go.
He's over hiding. Yeah. On there, the Sturbs actually decided to make an appearance. Well, nope, never mind. See you later.
That didn't last long.
Yeah, you walk by and they act like you're a T-Rex. They like freeze.
Well, I just have to say this is awesome because this is not planned. Anybody that's watching this live, I just realized there was no notification sent out. So that's why there's hardly anybody watching, which works out good for you because then, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. But this was not planned as, oh, we're going to have her on week 2 because she has all beta tanks. That's not, we had no idea what you were keeping before we had you on here. So it just works out pretty nice that it happens to be someone with 13 beta tanks.
I love it. I think it's perfect. And I love the
they're fun
too.
Fish.
They really are, and they're addicting. They are very addicting, in my opinion.
They are.
It's like once you get one beta, you just keep on getting more, especially if you're into the females.
Yeah, I might join up the 2 that I have, but into my sorority. But for right now, they're fine. I love these guys.
I know one of the things with my sorority, if I have to introduce, which I don't like to do that. I've only had to do it in one tank. But if I have to introduce more females, I take them all out. And I put them all back in together.
Everything around.
Yeah. I treat them just like African cichlids.
Yeah, I mess with all of their stuff. I had to do it once. But otherwise they've been, you know, it's one of those things. The sorority's not that old. It's 8-9 months old. So people are like, oh, half a year, that's when it crashes. And if that does happen, I'll pull them out and, you know, put them in their own homes. I'm not going to leave them in there and let them, you know, fight to the death. But
it's also one of those things where if everything's going smoothly, then it's probably best to just leave it alone and not stir things up.
Yeah, they seem to be good. They're really well fed. I think that's one of the keys besides being planted and whatnot. Just to
diet.
Feed them. They like to be fed.
What are you feeding them?
I do frozen bloodworms, brine shrimp, extreme krill flakes. They eat the rapashi even though it's not theirs. I have some Hikari foods. Really just a a little bit of everything, and they'll eat anything.
Oh,
so,
yeah, for sure.
They are not. I actually have some betas who are picky, but these ladies are not. So yeah, they'll even eat sinking wafers. They'll steal those. They've tried to steal the Pleco green beans, and they run around like they have pool noodles in their mouths.
Do you ever feed your spirulina flakes?
Not the. I've had the wafer, but not the flake. Do they like those? Do yours like them?
I like to give my my females the beta. Yeah, the female betas. The spirulina flakes a couple times a week, like every couple days. I like to make sure they're digesting everything properly, just, in case they're getting eggy and stuff. And I want their digestive system to work properly so it doesn't interfere with the other. So, I mean, it's just my thing that I do, but it seems to be working.
Well, and I used one of the Pleco Repashes. I think it's Bottom Scratcher, has spirulina in it. Although they, one of them, I have Morning One Bottom Scratcher. I hate saying the names out loud, but they like that too. But yeah, I'll definitely try the spirulina flakes also, because the bottom feeders get it as well.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it every single day, but a couple times a week, like every 2 or 3 days, I throw some flakes in there instead of like the krill flakes or bloodworms or whatever. I give them just a spirulina flake, and they eat it up. They have no problem with it.
I've heard there's a store I can buy those.
I know one.
Fish something? I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it'll
well,
go
I have
a long
that
way.
plushie on my list, so I might as well do that as well.
That's funny.
You'd be surprised how many people order those plushies. they fly out the door.
Well,
it looks just like Jasmine, so you kind of have to.
Does.
Yeah, it really does.
And the cool thing is you can take the suction cup off, and it could be just a stuffed animal or a cat toy or, whatever.
My dog would take it. He takes every stuffed anything. It becomes his.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, cool. I appreciate you guys doing this. It's a really cool idea.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Fun to see what people are doing. That's what I love about the hobby. Everybody's doing their own thing, and it's kind of DIY, and I like that.
Yeah, and not everybody wants to start a YouTube channel and do that whole thing, but they'd love to be able to show, and who knows if this is something that catches on. It might be something that we even do on our, occasionally on our mainstreams or whatever, but for now, doing it for members, I think it's a special thing. It allows people to show their stuff off and be proud of it and not have to go through the whole deal with YouTube. So it works out good.
And it kind of feels like we're in our own fish club too. We're all kind of sharing things together, not just John and I talking about what we're talking about this week. We're all kind of getting involved and, sharing our fish and talking about what we do with our tanks. So
yeah,
it feels like a club.
And in a time where we're all stuck in our houses, it's nice to be able to see what other people are doing.
Exactly.
Right? I work from home now, and so that's kind of why this hobby has taken off for me, because I'm home to collect fish.
Wow.
Yeah. And they come in the mail.
That's a very, very common story right now. Lots of people are that way. So.
Yeah.
Well, this was a lot of fun, and I know if I don't rein things in, Lisa's going to talk your head off all night long. So
that's what I do.
Well, I want to go see Corey's stream too. I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
and
wait.
Well Done Tanks.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Nobody
6
watches
o'clock.
Well Done. They got to do that. Well Done, and Guppy Guru. So
there you
little
go.
Plugs for them.
Very cool. Well, yeah, we're going to end up doing the same thing. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, sorry, I'll turn myself around. I was like hiding behind my tanks.
The cool thing about this is that we're meeting people that we would otherwise never. Like
Right.
last week, Eric Furlow, I didn't know what that guy looked like. He turns on the camera and there he is. And same thing here. So it's fun to be able to meet new people and see what they've got going on. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for being willing to do this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad my tanks were okay. It's nervous putting your stuff out there.
Believe me, we know. It definitely is.
They looked amazing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You really are.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and let you go, and then and let everybody go so we can all go watch Corey and everybody else. So.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, still have to. Yep. There we go.